Greetings, I'm Johnny Scoble, and this is Chase the Heat. I'm not even kidding. Thank you for being here. Murphy, it's you. Krista Melinda, Jane Aldrich. So good to see you. Hang on just a minute, people. Give me just a momento. Do me a favor if you can. Please hit that like button. Well, that would make me very happy. Now, I am going to be giving away. No, I won't. I already gave away 10. Sorry I said that. AVAC, good to see you. Glad you guys are here. So hit the like button, please. You know what happens? It's the okie doke on the algorithm. Supposedly, more people see it. Who really knows? It's the great mystery. Renee, good to see you. A little Powerade here. You know what happens with a lot of products that you get here that you see in America? They use ingredients from this country, so it tastes a little different. Notice that, Tommy Scoble?
I have.
It's way noticeable with potato chips, I've found. Very good to see you all. It's been a good day today. Had a very good day. Tomorrow's going to be even better. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Charge my phone here, people. Actually, I'll leave it here because I want to read a comment to you about, guys. I'm going to do it a little bit later. Barella, the man, the myth, the chili head, ladies and gentlemen. It is I. It's going to be a fun one. I'm going to hurt some feelings. Maybe I won't. Who knows? If I hurt your feelings, I meant it. But it's going to be an interesting one. There she is, Lisa Trimble. Let me put that on the screen. Look at that. Hi, Johnny and friends. Going to be in and out. The time change is messing me up. You know what? I get it. It's not messing me up very much. When I was in Tucson, they didn't do the whole daylight savings, and it still messed me up because people all that I talk to locally or wherever it was in the country, I have to adjust for theirs, But I'm good. Maverick, good to see you. Let me see. Has everybody hit the like button? Man, I hope you have. If you haven't, please do that. All right, so let me tell you the sauce I'm going to review. I reviewed a different one by a different company. This is Supermaxi's version. Josh Cohen. Good dude. This is from the Supermaxi. It's our favorite store. It's a great store. I wish I could take you all through it. You'd marvel at it. It's incredible. This is salsa de ají con tomate de árbol. It's a tomato of the tree. I reviewed a sauce by a different company. I'm not sure who it was. I can't remember. But I also reviewed the fruit, the tomato of the tree, and I didn't like it. It's slimy. I didn't like it. Which is funny because I like most everything. I sometimes wonder if that makes me a good reviewer or a bad reviewer. Like if you look at some of the stuff I've eaten, I rarely have a problem with stuff I eat here. Karen Dahl, good to see you. She says, hello, Johnny Mods in chat. I have the best mods in the world. There's an overflow. Some of my mods are Tommy's mods. Fowler's a mod. So was Krista Melinda. So listen to this. What's funny? I was reading this. When I first got here, I would have to translate the ingredient list. I don't have to do that anymore. It's kind of cool. So we have tomato of the tree tomato. That's the main ingredient. We have vinegar. You know what? Even with these glasses, the lettering is so small. So give me a moment here. I'll read it to you. So we've got tomato of the tree tomatoes, vinegar, some sugar, some onions, some salt, cilantro, and stabilizers like xanthan gum. I'm kind of excited about this. Is Tommy in the chat? I see someone saying a lifeboat.
He couldn't stay. Just wanted to tell people the like button.
He couldn't stay. Just want to tell people the like button. He says. He says.
So it says what it says.
I really have enjoyed the sauces here. You know, since I started the channel, I've had an opportunity to travel all over the world, and I've had sauces from many different countries, and everybody has a different approach to it. You know, in the Philippines, they use a lot of, they call it, I can't remember the name of the pepper they call it, and it's tattooed on my arm. Go figure. It is, right? Super hots don't grow well in super wet weather, and that's what they have over there. So, laboyo, there's the pepper. See? Huh? I didn't look at my arm either. I'm telling you. Australia is different, New Zealand is different, and I'm telling you, the Salinas, Ecuador is very different. So this is made right here, huh? Olay is amazing. Olay, listen, this is not an Olay video, but Olay is amazing. John Baker. Thank you for being here, John Baker. John says, gopher, Marie Sharp's habanero sauce, always a quality hot sauce with flavor and heat. You know what? I like Marie Sharp's. I do. But again, I like most everything. I've only had a small number of sauces I really didn't like. I poured out a few in video. I had one sauce. It was so bad that I was sure that I looked at the label. I mean, it's outdated or something. It was so bad that I thought that I must have got a bunk bottle. So I went back and bought another bottle, reviewed it, and poured that one out too. It's horrible. Azteca something. Didn't like it. David Booley. Lovely aroma. No spoon. I put this on my anatomical snuff box. After more people get in the chat, I'm going to tell you about a comment I got. And that's, if you saw the thumbnail, I said, the title, I might hurt some feelings. That's what I'm referring to. We'll see. L'chaim. Pepperhead. You heard me? Relax. It's salsa de ají con tomato de árbol. Chiliasimo, good to see you. I've reviewed this sauce by a different maker. This is delicious. Mild in heat. You know what's strange? I didn't see a pepper on the label when I read the ingredients. Oh, it just says ají. So there's peppers. They don't say what kind it is. They do that a lot. They put ají on there as like a cover. It covers everything. Kind of interesting. But the flavor is nice. I mean, there's a bit of a sweetness to it. I will tell you this. The tree tomato is a whole lot better in sauces than it is just as a fruit. Sort of sketchy. Fowler says, oh boy, we got hot more than one way tonight. Brace train passengers, please be respectful. Yeah, I'm going to look. You know what? Here's the thing. Because it's a family-friendly channel, in the studio, I can put key words like every curse word. I've flagged. So if you drop a curse in a comment, it's not going to get posted. It goes to a special spot where I review it. And anytime somebody curses, I get rid of it. That's funny what Borrelli just said. Anyway, this one was flagged, so none of you saw it. But I'm going to read it to you anyway. Borrelli says, Johnny, you are known for peppers and the spoon. Where is the spoon? You know what? Funny you say that. It is funny you say that. The spoon that we made with Blazing Foods was made out of mother of pearl. Now, mother of pearl is what people like wealthy folks who eat caviar will use. Zach, good to see you. We'll use a mother of pearl spoon. It's the only substance you can make a spoon out of that doesn't alter the flavor or the aroma of the sauce. Now, if you think I'm fooling you, get sauce, put it on your anatomical snuff box and taste it, and put it on a spoon and smell it and taste it. It does absolutely change the flavor of the sauce. So I don't have any of my mother of pearl spoons anymore. Today, literally, what, half hour ago, 40 minutes ago? Not even. Tommy's like, I saw a place here that sells mother of pearl spoons. I said, shut up. So I'm going to go get one. But I do have a really cool bison horn spoon that Brock Bandy gave me. It's a great spoon, but it's in a box. And eventually it'll get sent here. Zach says, we love you guys up here, the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm with you guys 100%. Well, that's kind of interesting because that's sort of what this comment that I'm going to read is about. But I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I haven't said hello to you, I apologize. I don't wear the neck knife. I never actually wore the neck knife. It's kind of a strange thing to wear on your neck. I just used it to cut peppers. Still have it, again, in a box. But thank you for asking, Pepperhead. David Booley says, you like the glasses. Thank you. I appreciate that. So let me, I'll get right to it. Let me read you this comment. I'm going to take out the curse words because. So I'm not going to say the person's name either. So if you happen to be the one that left this message, sorry. It says, have you seen what somebody who makes content about me and my brother, have you seen what so-and-so said about you? Then they throw a curse in there and eliminate that. I don't believe it, but I figured you'd want to know. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody is there to hear it, does it make a sound? If you've ever heard that, throw a 1 in the chat. I'll bet you everybody's going to say they've heard that one because, damn. Tommy says he's not putting a 1 in the chat, but he's heard it. Training Human, good to see you. Look at all the ones. We've all heard that. Let me tell you my take on that. Kim, good to see you. Glad you're here. Here's my take on that, and because it's the same way I approach trolls. Okay, if a tree falls in the woods and I'm not there to hear it, does it make a sound? I don't care. I'm not there to hear it. The truth is, it sends sound waves, and you have to have a ear for the sound wave, for your ear to process it. People make videos about me, and I'm telling you, this is the truth. I don't know if people believe me. I have never ever watched a video that people make about me. Content creators. I'm a content creator. I create content. My brother Tommy is a content creator, and a good one. People that if you start a channel and you have the inability to create content, what you end up doing is talking about content creators, and that's it. It's the same thing as the tree in the woods. I've never watched a video, so I don't care what they say. I don't care. There's only one thing worse than having trolls after you. You know what it is? Hi, Kim. I may have said hi to you already, but hello. The only thing worse than having trolls is not having. Trolls don't have trolls. And I don't care what they say. So here's the thing. The troll culture is, we're going to talk about that just for a second. AVAC says, love you, Tommy. You make excellent content every day. Love it. AVAC says, thank you. And David Booley says, yours and Tommy's content is awesome. I appreciate you saying that. Here's the thing. Charlie Kirk was murdered. And he was killed by a troll. Now, it happened to be an apex troll that took it to the nth degree, but that's all it was. This guy had followed him and trolled him for years. We had, I get trolling. You have to understand something. I understand trolling. I do. Scovel's got a big nose. Looks like it's been broken a few times. He looks old. He's bald. I can take that. But when it kind of, because that's here on the internet. But when it kind of jumps off the internet and people vandalize your home and they vandalize your car and they call police on you making false claims about you and call the Department of Homeland Security and make false claims about you, that's not trolling. That's stalking, and that's psychotic. But I want to tell you guys something, and I've said this so many times. If my first thought when this person left that comment, you know what I think as a guy who makes content, not a troll, but I make content. Tommy knows the way. My first thought is, why are you watching it? You're supporting that garbage. Yeah, you push them out in the algorithm. That's your vote. Now you may come to me and say, "I just want you to know what they're saying about you." Do you know? You guys know? Can anyone take a guess what I do when someone does that to me? Somebody sends me an email and says, "Hey, I just want to tell you what someone's saying about you." Do you know what I do to that person? I don't do anything to them. I block them because you're one of them. Kristen says, people trying to be helpful, sending links to troll stuff is kind of a bummer. Oh, you know what?
They're blocking themselves. Don't get them.
Yeah, they block themselves. Over the years, I've blocked so many people who've done that. Because I'm telling you, what are you consuming? If you eat crappy food, what's it going to do to your body? I mean, if you eat garbage food all the time, what's it going to do to you? It takes its toll on you. It's going to damage you. It's going to shorten your lifespan. If you watch crap, if you don't think that's affecting your brain, you better guess again. I stopped watching cable TV. It's got to be like 12 years now. It's been a long time. I don't watch it. And the reason is, I love my dad. My dad was such a great guy, but he would watch these 24-hour news cycles. I'd go over, I'd hang out with him. You can hear it for an hour. You got it. It keeps repeating itself for all day long. If you sit there and watch it all the time, that plays on your head. I stopped watching it, and you have no idea how much better my brain was after that. John Baker says, you ever wonder who was the first person to eat a raw oyster or clam and drink goat's milk? Asking for a friend. A lobster, or how about honey? Honey was discovered on a dare. Archie's mom, good to see you. Behind you, good to see you. I dare you to hit that. There are bees in it. I don't know, or like avocado is another weird one. I don't know, man. If you're hungry enough, Tommy and I, we were kids. We were young, man. We took a vacation. We were in Bermuda. Remember this? We were in Bermuda. We were hanging out with some dude. We were having a great day, and we were kind of hungry.
1987.
It was Thanksgiving, 1987. Good, well played. And I told him we were going to go get something to eat. He said, no, eat right here. I said, what? And we were standing on this, what would you call it? Right on the edge of the surf. And you could look down, and it was the kind of water where it looks like it's 6 inches deep, but it was like 15 feet deep. But it looked like if you dive into it, you're going to end up in a wheelchair. And he said, what were they, mussels? He said they were mussels, and he told us how to identify them. You remember that time, Scoville? And we would dive down and just get a handful of them. And they're anchored in, and we'd pull them off, and you dip them in the water. It was like salt. And we must have, for an hour, I bet. We ate so many mussels. It was so good. So I think hunger is what probably made that happen, John Baker. I don't know. Could be me. Pepperhead asks, do we have fresh oysters here? We do, and they're interesting. They're like that big. They are huge. Oysters are funny. I love oysters, man. It's a great thing. So getting back to it, if you send me something, tell me what somebody said about you, my first thought is you're supporting them, and I'm going to block you. I didn't listen. I never started this channel for subs or to get rich and famous or to get views. It was not my approach. It was not my goal. I don't care about that at all. So if you send me something telling me what people are saying about me, you're one of them as far as I'm concerned. So I will block you, and I will do it cheerfully. So that's what I meant in the title. I might hurt some feelings. What are you consuming? When I stopped watching the news cycles, it was amazing. Hey, give me a 5x5. I'm not using the external mic on account of it shocks me and I don't like it. Excuse me.
Only once a day.
Huh?
Only once a day.
Yeah. Never had an oyster and don't fancy it. Most people don't like oysters. It's a texture thing. I love them. I could live on them. Oh, I have 5x5s all over the place. Thank you so much. See that? You don't need that terrible mic. Borella says, how many people had to eat tapioca before someone said, maybe we should boil this stuff and it may not be deadly? Well, there's a bunch of foods like that, like pufferfish. Isn't it pufferfish? No.
Could be.
In Japan, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I ate it. That's right.
In like Japan, there's this fish. If they don't prepare it right, it's gonna kill you. That's all. It's fun though. Tommy, I would jump on that in a heartbeat.
Didn't taste it. It's gotta be gone.
But like if you look at lobsters, Tommy and I had lobster. Saturday?
Yeah.
We ate lobster. It was amazing. Best lobster. It's really funny. When the first time I went there, I'm like, yeah, I'll get the lobster. I was thinking it'd be a boiled lobster like you have in America. Wrong. It was amazing though. Let's see here. Kristen says, my mom always said when something shocked us, it must be your electrifying personality. Yep. The chief said that one too. Nelson Maxwell, there's a good dude. Will, good to see you. Yep, it's the puffer fish. And apparently, I don't know if this is true, but apparently there's only a handful of, you have to be certified as a chef to even make that. And every year they get it rogue in some restaurant where somebody isn't licensed to do it. Monk, I'm a monk. Good to see you, man. And it'll kill somebody. But I don't know. I like living on the edge. Living on the edge, man. Sasquatch. Good dude. Good to see you, man. I hope you're good. Michigan Outdoors, man. Good to see you, James. I like steak raw. Do you ever have steak tartare? One of my favorite things. When I was married to my kid's mom, every year on my birthday, she would make me steak tartare. It was wonderful. Then she read somewhere that it was going to put me in a grave early, and she was like, I'm not making that for you anymore. First time I ever had raw steak, I was visiting Doug, a buddy of mine. Call him Douglas now. He doesn't know why. He never asked me. Went to visit him at Christmas time, and he went to Canada, got Brador beer, which was my favorite beer when I was in college, and filet mignon. And he said, man, we're going to celebrate tonight. And we went to turn, it was wintertime, obviously, Christmas, so we couldn't cook it outside. It was just in the oven. He went to turn his oven off, and it's like, oven's broken. Silver Surfer, hello, Tracy, and hello, Michelle. So he goes, what are you going to do? I said, bring that thing over here. Just give me some salt and pepper. So we ate the filet mignon raw. And then I'm like, why are we cooking this stuff? I love the steak here, you guys. Zach says, I remember a cheap horror movie about pufferfish. I think it was maybe Lifetime too. You know what? They're vicious. If you ever see videos of them eating, they will. It's a very cool animal, actually. Will, I live in Australia. There's a lot of deadly creatures here. Everything in Australia wants to kill you. It's the truth. The drop bears. I know about the drop bears. You know about the drop bears, right? I had a good time in Australia. It was a lot of fun. You know, I think that in America, like Arizona is the Australia of America. There's a lot of crap there that wants to kill you. Snakes and all kinds of crazy stuff. I think like 6 of the most poisonous snakes in the world reside in Australia. They've got a bunch of issues. You know about the what is it? Cane toads. Someone, I don't know the whole story. I'm going to give you a rough idea of it. Someone said they had a problem with some sort of insect, and they said, let's bring over some cane toads because they'll eat the insects or whatever. And they have no natural predators, and now Australia is overrun with cane toads. And they get big and have these little things on their shoulder. And if your dog bites it, it can make your dog sick, you can kill it. It's crazy. Keeps you on your toes when there's stuff around you that can kill you like that. There's nothing here that can kill you. In fact, you want to hear what the 20 most deadly animals in South America are? Actually, I'm going to make a video about that, so I'm not going to tell you. But there are some things here that can kill you. We have a rainforest here. It's a pretty diverse place. So, in case you got in late, if you see videos where people are talking about me, I don't care what you watch, but just don't tell me about it because I will flush you like yesterday's lunch. I will. I have no problem with that. You got to remember when you watch somebody, like watching me right now, you're giving me your vote of approval. I'm a pretty benign content creator. But when you go watch trash, you're promoting them. And I've had people say the worst things about me. None of it's true. I mean, I got here. We had to go through a pretty extensive FBI criminal background investigation to get here. And we wouldn't be here if any of those things people say about us was true. John Baker says, I'm in Florida, available mostly year-round. Great smoked like mussels. When the shell cracks open, get the hot sauce, like green habanero sauce. You know what? When I have mussels or oysters, just like regular, like, what kind of sauce do they call that? Red sauce that they put on that? What's the term for that? There's a name for it. I can't even think of it. Cocktail sauce. There you go. Kind of missed the trivia vid, says Jeremy. Listen, you know, I got to tell you, I was saying to Tommy just before I started, I am so excited about what's coming. I'm so excited to grow peppers. And Z Chilihead, good to see you, man. I have a bunch of really great seeds coming. Really good ones. I have 2 or 3 crosses I've been working. I'm going to try to create something that nobody's created before. You know what? They also have a big cat problem in Australia. Well, you know that. And here's the thing about it. They're feral. They look like domestic cats. I know so many people who have found feral cats and that are the most amazing house cats now. But it's a bummer because they've eradicated a bunch of bird species. Archie's mom says, "I take people how I find them. You're a great soul in my eyes, Johnny." Well, that's an awfully kind thing to say. But here's the deal, Archie's mom. I'm not everybody's flavor. Training Human had my first Armageddon. That's a great pepper. But I'm not everybody's flavor, Archie's mom, and I get that. But here's the thing there are a lot of people that troll me and my brother. Not one of them, and this is the truth, not one of them is somebody that's just a viewer that kind of watched the channel and said, "Man, I don't like this video, so I'm gonna hate this guy for the rest of my life." Every one of them are people that either saw Tommy and me and said, "Well, I want to do that," and they started a channel. I can show you the emails. I said, "Yeah, go ahead, do it. The pie's big. There's enough room for everybody." And I think one of the problems with Tommy, it's been like this with sports and everything we do. I think we tend to make things look easy, and there's nothing easy about being a content creator. It really isn't. I think and I think people that think, "Oh, it's going to be easy," and then they fail. And then they realize it's like a bad child that doesn't understand the difference between bad attention and good attention. They just want attention. I also think that if they take shots at me and if I fire back, they'll draw off of the people that watch. I just have never done that. If you guys watch for any length of time, I've never done, I finally respond to a troll. I don't do it. I'm never going to. My job is to make me famous. It's not to make them famous. That's their job. If they can't do it, that's on them. Not sure if you've heard of the Pepper Guru on YouTube, but he's good. I have not, Zach. The funny thing is, it sounds bad. There's very few chili content creators that I watch. I used to watch more, but, if you knew how many emails I got to say, "Hey, I just started a channel, will you watch it?" I can watch videos or make videos. And this is my means of my livelihood, I'd rather make videos than watch them. But there are a lot of good content creators out there. There's some wonderful ones. Hey, Johnny, I was sick, colonoscopy, ordered by the ER visit. Went back on the Reaper diet. Guess what? My possible colon cancer issues were gone. Congrats behind you. They're wonderful. Let me tell you something. A while back, a long time ago, I did a video about the health benefits of peppers because everybody says that they capsaicin causes ulcers. And I'm here to tell you they don't. It's just they don't. No truth to it. Then they will diagnose one quicker than a doctor will. If you got an ulcer and you eat something hot, you're going to know it. Too sweet, but they do not cause ulcers. In fact, it's medically proven that capsaicin is good for your stomach. So in that video, I said if you've had stomach issues and you don't have issues anymore, please leave a comment. And you wouldn't believe, IBS, you wouldn't believe the different stomach problems that people have. They say I don't have it anymore. It's amazing. Silver Surfer, we're not going to delete your comment. It's a quote from a movie. Good with that. See that? The bot of all bots says, "I didn't see anything problematic, Tracy." Sometimes people worry too much. They're worried they're going to hurt my feelings. I'm telling you, if you know how many times people would leave a comment and say, "JK," like they think that I'm going to snap if you guys make a joke. Not at all. In fact, if you haven't seen their roast, like my roast, you need to watch that video. I had more fun in that video than I've ever had in any video I've ever done. I did a sauce. I reviewed a sauce. It was from Olay. It was their Reaper sauce. Yeah, I wasn't ready. My tolerance has dropped a lot. It climbed a bunch since then. But boy, this sauce destroyed me. And it quickly went from me doing a review to people roasting me. And the comments, every single person that was in the chat took a shot at me. But none of it was malicious or mean-spirited. It was funny. I laughed until I had tears in my eyes. I swear it's the truth. It's the funniest video I've ever been in. It was great. And Zed Chilihead, have you had the chance to order the Kiwi Hellfire Pepper yet? I have not. It's kind of weird where I'm at. I probably have a better chance of getting the seeds and growing it myself than ordering it. There's no mail here. Isn't that weird? I love it. Capsaicin is poisonous if you're allergic to capsaicin. If you're not, it's not. Jeremy, the roast of Johnny Scoble was a great piece of Chase Eat history. I think it was. It was hilarious, man. I had so much fun. I swear to you, I did. I never watched videos of myself. And man, I watched that one a couple times just so I could go back and read the comments again. The comments were astounding. Tracy, no worries. YouTube blocked my comment. Just one of the words violated. It wasn't a bad word, just triggered, I reckon. Listen, you know, I did a video a while back where I kind of was talking about everything. People brought up abortion. I talked about so many different things. And I talked about Mossad. Unbelievable. Every single trigger word you can say to get your video demonetized. I've had so many videos demonetized. I couldn't believe it. They did not demonetize it. It was crazy. London, no. We talking food? No. I love a good roast, though. Nah, it was everybody taking a shot at me. That was where the yogurt jokes came. I drank almost a gallon of yogurt. By the time Tommy was done with his stream, it started off as a full gallon. True, I'm not joking. I drank the whole thing. I should do a stream dressed as the Monopoly Man on account of the glasses. Here is, if you guys want to get a good laugh, if you haven't seen it, it's a wicked funny video. Honestly, I had so much fun in that. Thank you, Kristen. Behind you says there are studies you can look up. Capsaicin on colon cancer kills cells. Yep. The problem that they're having is how to deliver it to just the bad area. But I'm telling you, man, there are so many health benefits. There is more vitamin C in one pepper than there is in 4 oranges. It lowers stomach acid. It's a fat burner. It increases your metabolism. It is a wicked good painkiller. And if you eat enough of them, it's quite a rush. It's a good time. If you've never had a endorphin dump from eating peppers, whew. I've had videos where, like my tolerance, like I have a high tolerance for pain. I think I don't know. I have a high tolerance for pain. And I've been in videos where I was at a 9 on my scale, which is like a 3 on my scale is like a 9 for most people. And I was at a 9 and I was eating lots of peppers. I ate one more pepper, just the right number, and the endorphin rush happens. My ears start to burn. Not like on the outside, but like in the middle of my head, they start to burn. And my pain went from a 9 to a 1, like that. And it almost does, the first time it happens to you, you're like, it's the strangest thing in the world, but it feels really, really good. I've only had 2 endorphin rushes since I've been here. One was that day, and one was the day of that scorpion sauce. Gave me cramps for 3 hours. Tommy was doing a stream, I'm like doubled up. Will says, I have PTSD and capsaicin helps with managing the fight or flight response. Yeah, it gives you control. I mean, you know what you're getting yourself into. I get that. The other thing that's good is this. Like everybody in this chat, if you like hot sauce, if you like peppers, there are a lot of people, most people here probably enjoy spicy stuff, but there are a lot of people that watch me that don't. Anytime someone says, well, how hot is it? On a scale of 1 to 10, what are they talking about when they say on a scale from 1 to 10? Talking about pain, right? That's it. So I think every chili head, to a degree, is a bit of a masochist, or you wouldn't be eating the stuff you eat. Now it's on different levels, For 8 years, I did the craziest stuff. An endorphin rush. Let me tell you, endorphin dumps from peppers help me stop drinking and do drugs. And Zed, it's a great thing. It's a great buzz. It's legal and healthy. AVAC says, please explain an endorphin rush. Here's what it is. You ever been in a car and you're driving along, you almost get into a car accident and you slam on the brakes and it's a really close call and you get this rush and your hands are shaking? That's an endorphin dump. What happened, and you can get them from a variety of different avenues, you know what I mean? Or, activities. Skydiving. I've jumped out of a plane several times since I started the channel. You're going to get a great endorphin rush from that. Now with peppers, what happens is you eat a lot, your body's going, okay, we got a problem. We're burning. And here's the problem with the endorphin rush with peppers. You can't eat, if you're not much of a chili head, you can't eat a jalapeno and think you're going to get an endorphin dump. You got to go way past your comfort zone for that to happen. So like any of the belt, like when I went up against the UK Chili Queen, I had like 50 or 60 super hots. By 10 or 20 super hots, what happens is my body goes into kind of a panic mode. I'm calm on the outside, but inside there, bells ringing, and it's like, okay, we got a problem. where, you know, your body essentially thinks it's dying. So it floods your body with dopamine to offset the pain and to help you out so you can manage what's going on with you. And that is an endorphin rush. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, amazing feeling. I think it is anyway. But I'm kind of a fan. I've only had a couple. But see, behind you says, I used to eat pods until I zoned out and just staring. Endorphins are great. I used to eat 2 Reapers a day on a burrito. Here's the thing, though. It's just like, I hate to say it, but it's just like a drug. If you've never eaten anything hot and you eat a habanero, not a jalapeno, but a habanero, you're probably going to get an endorphin dump. Now, when I was at my peak, like my tolerance was at the highest, I would have to eat 20 super hots back to back, like popcorn, before I would get an endorphin dump. So you got to go further to get that feeling. But I was into it, so it didn't really bother me. Not a chance. You were crazy in those videos with Chili Queen, Zach says. And NZ Chili, it says, jet boating. There's still a boat waiting for you here. Tommy, you ever see the jet boats that go down? Would you do that?
I don't know if there's anything I would do, but
you could.
it's not a good idea.
I'd probably do it on a dare way before I ever do it for money. It just seems like a bad idea. You guys ever seen that? If they do it in Colorado, like there's narrow gorges, like rock walls, and this guy's in a jet boat. Like, if you haven't seen it, look jet boating up. I would do it on an open water. I'm all about that. But going down like a river, with not a chance, man. Just seems like a bad idea. And I've done a lot of stupid things, but you know, if I die, it's going to be by my hands, not somebody else's. And I just don't. You know, everything is cool until it's not. You know, you can say, well, we've never had an accident until you do. I don't know. I'm scared. Dale Cox says, I'm getting back and eating my peppers every day. I had 6 peppers a day, but still got a while before bedtime. Yeah, you got to watch eating peppers. If you eat them late at night, it can mess with your sleep. Tracy says, my problem with getting an endorphin dump is that it takes 10 minutes to get one. That's a long time when you're burning from the inside out. That's true, but here's the thing. If you push it to the point where you get past it, the pain and the burning, the cramps, listen, the endorphin dumps, I don't know, I have a theory. It kind of offsets them a little bit. If you have a high endorphin dump, a really strong one, it may kind of dull some of the capsaicin cramps. But here's the thing, like an endorphin dump only lasts, the total effects might last 15 or 20 minutes. It kind of doesn't last that long. And the cap cramps come on later. But for the pain in your mouth that you're going through, it can fix that in a minute. But again, you got to go past your comfort zone. A lot of people, you know, there's some people that eat one bite of a jalapeno, go, that's it, I'm done. I'll never do that again. And I'm that weirdo that goes, can I get some more? But it's kind of how I'm wired. Lilac Lime, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Oh, John Baker, I missed this. NM, New Mexico State University, is that what that is? Did a study, injected straight capsaicin into stomach ulcers, and there was no irritation. Only when acids, tomatoes, grease were introduced did the ulcers get irritated. There were so many people in that video I did. I'll try to find it. In that video, I talked about the health benefits. There are so many people that said their ulcers are gone because they ate peppers. True story. Behind you says, I think you sell sauces now. I just got back into the heat. What's your hottest sauce you sell? I don't sell hot sauce anymore. We used to, with Blazing Foods, David Foy, one of the greatest guys. I love you, David. We sold sauces for a while. We kind of got out. I'm not saying we'll never get back into it again. Here, I sell sauces these days. This is a great sauce. It was like $2.20. Go to Supermaxi in Salinas, Ecuador, and you can get some. You'll love it. Just by kind of promoting sauce makers, but I don't have my own sauce anymore. However, growing peppers soon. And my goal is to create a pepper that's never been created before. NZ Chili Head says, nothing worse in the world when waking at 3 a.m. with cap cramps. I'll tell you what, when I did the second plutonium video, I had the first wave. Sometimes you just get a little bit of a cramp and that kind of goes away. If you get a really bad one, ask Tommy. they'll come in waves. It'll come really bad. You're like dying. It'll go away. You're like, oh my God, we can laugh about it now. And then 20 minutes later, they're back, 15 minutes later, they're back again. And it's like, oh my God. When I did the second plutonium, I drank a whole bottle of 9 million Scoville extract. The first wave of cramps came in and stayed for 16 hours. That sucked so bad. I had 911 queued on my phone for most of the night. But, thank God I didn't do it. Go to the doctor, the hospital. You work it through. Like, what's going to happen if you go to a doctor? I'll tell you what will happen. If I ever went to the doctor with that kind of problem, I would say, hey, doctor, I need help. I'd say, what's the problem? Oh, there it is. Maverick says, Kristen, pull that video. See, everybody knows that Kristen's the mod. It was bad, that one, yes. If I said to the doctor, here's the problem, I'm dying, I'm in pain, he'd say, what happened? I say, I drank a bottle of plutonium. If he wasn't a chili head, he'd go, where'd you get plutonium? And I'd say, no, it's a hot sauce, it's a chili extract. And then he'd say, okay, and he'd give me milk. They wouldn't pump your stomach because that would be more traumatic to your body than just passing it. So he'd give me milk or yogurt or ice cream, and he'd charge me a lot of money for that. So I didn't do it. Clint Meyer's hot sauce is mouthwatering. I love Clint Meyer. He's a good guy. When I went to NZ, I stayed with him, the north part of New Zealand. He's a good dude, and he makes great sauces. He's just a funny guy. I love him. Kim asks, is it like labor pain? Well, I've never given birth, but I will tell you this. I've competed against some women. And one in particular said, and she has 4 children, she said cap cramps are worse than childbirth. I heard her say it on more than one occasion. I don't know. It's bad. It's no fun. It's, And then I'm like the video she just posted, it's a horrible video, but the first wave of cramps came and they were there for half a day. And then they went away and I got waves of cramps for 2 days. I wasn't right for 3. The second day I could smell plutonium coming out of my skin. And I don't mean peppers. I could smell plutonium coming out of my skin. It sucked. It's just a temporary thing, whole milk. Yeah. A lot of times people that chuck, they vomit after eating. They drink too much milk. It just sits there on your stomach. I don't know. I tried to drink a gallon of milk with Tommy. That was a stupid thing to do. But I've never consumed milk from eating chilies. Although I did drink yogurt once. I kind of like the pain. I get bummed out when it goes away. NZ says, I know a few chili heads that have babies. They mentioned cap cramps are worse. Hi, Miss Little Smokes. Good to see you. It's a bummer, man. It really is. Tommy, boy, I'll tell you what. We did orange medallion challenge that Tom Broom made. There were these orange candies, and he had, was it 5 or 10? It was 10.
Oh.
Was it 5 or 10? It must have been 10. He had 10 million Scoville. I think it was 10. Extra, it wasn't extract. It was tincture that he made. And he gassed it up using pure capsaicin crystals. It was like so hot, it was absurd. And Tommy, he was going to do just 1 drop. And he ended up putting more than 1 drop on, and he was a wreck. I don't have that picture on your computer because it's the computer that Katie trashed, but I took a picture of him on the ground, and it looked like you dumped a bucket of water on him. He was sweating so bad, and he had cap cramps. And after about 2 or 3 hours, I was sitting on the couch, and he comes out and goes, oh, my God, we can laugh about it now. I literally said, are you sure, dude? Because come back. He goes, no, I feel good. He sits on the couch. About 20 minutes later, the color in his face drains. He looked gray. He goes, I said, no, is it happening? He goes, yeah. And he was sick again. So they're a bummer. My ninja, not seen you in a while, inspired me to buy many hot sauces and all sorts of stuff. What a kind soul. That's a kind thing to say, ninja. Ninja wisdom. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad you're eating hot stuff, and thank you for being here. Appreciate your comment. Skywalker, or be Heineken Skywalker. Those glasses are awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Wes Lightburn. It's a good dude. AVAC says, I think I'll jump out of the plane for that Endorphin. If you really want to do it right, jump out of the plane and eat some peppers while you're in free fall. That'll do the trick. Ninja says, I'm a veteran with, let's say, PTSD or whatever they want to call it. You brought a lot of joy to my life. Wow. It's a beautiful thing to say. I'm glad to hear that. You know, it's interesting. As a content creator, when somebody says that, you're like, I only make videos, but if it feeds you and it brings you joy, I swear to you, it brings me joy. I get my joy from yours. I'm weird that way. Toby Reveley's here. There's Toby Reveley. Good to see you, dude. Thank you for being here. The honor's mine, Ninja, and I mean it. Thank you. I'm going to wrap it up in just a moment, you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Uh-oh. I almost died about 15 years ago from calf cramps. Empty stomach and hard labor. Worked all day, mowing lawns. Rookie ate 2 reapers I grow. 7-footers, 8 feet wide. I love the interaction. It's rough. Calf cramps are rough. It won't kill you, but it'll feel like it's gonna. If you have an allergy to it, it could kill you. And Zed Chilihead says, Tommy eats a tube of terror, proceeds to down a bottle of tank. One of his, not one of his best decisions. He did it because it was dry, and it was a dumb thing to do. How do you make a mistake like that, knowing what I do for a living? I don't understand how you do it.
I was on a show.
I know you were. I know you were.
It was the only liquid in the room. It was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life.
I get it.
I've done a lot of them.
I get it. He's a shooter. Behind you says.
His name was Todd, and his last name wasn't Scoble. I wouldn't even been on the damn show.
Your tolerance is insane. I drank half a bottle of Fear This in 2015 to post on YouTube, but quit too much. Yeah, it's a hot sauce. Fear This. Whew. I drank 8 bottles of that in one video. But it sounds great. I was trying to drink 12. Only got through 8 of them. Maybe even 7.5. It was brutal. It was a rough one. Did I see? Yep, he's a suitor. Good to see you, Robert Suitor. You know what? Chili had said legend. Mark, I got to tell you something. I used to bum out about that. I really did. It was I had a problem with it. I never get mad at anybody. You know what I mean? But I know some legends. I'm an old guy. I've been through life. I know some legit legends. So when somebody would call me a legend, I'm like, dude, save that for a real one. But then I stopped eating hot stuff. No, it's okay, Azed. I stopped eating hot stuff. You can call me a legend all you want. I started thinking about some of the things I had done, and it really hit me when I took this much Reaper sauce. It almost killed me. I started looking back on some of the things I did. I don't mind you calling me that. How about that? I don't mind it at all. Doesn't mean I think I'm a legend, but I still mind you saying it. I made ceviche yesterday. Came across one of your ceviche videos, and I've never made it. Came out amazing. Key West wild pink shrimp and scallops. Whew. Tommy, what did you have for lunch today?
Ceviche.
Tommy had ceviche for lunch today. I was wondering. I shouldn't have any. I had, what did I have? What is that fish? Do you know?
I don't know.
No idea what kind of fish it was. But it's like that big, fried. Man, it was good. It was lovely. I'll find out what kind of shrimp it was. I think you're asking Heineken. But you know, when we first got here, and I said I'm going to wrap it up, I really will. But when we first got here, I swear to you, we ate ceviche every day for what, a month and a half?
Yep. Every
single day for like a month and a half. I still love it. Okay, I'm going to answer one more question, and I'm out of here. Do you have a certain time of day you go live, or is it random? It's pretty much about this time every day. Every once in a while, I'll take a day off. But I'm growing peppers in January, and I'm going to turn up the heat. I'm going to get back into doing outrageous things with super hot chilies. I can't wait. All right, you heard it. Borrella says, it's that time, folks. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. My dad used to say that all the time. For real. And he meant it. Remember you remember that? Threw his shoes in the snow? My sister had a boyfriend. He goes, it's time to go home. He stuck around, took his shoes, threw them out in the snow. Says, get out. True story. All right, guys, I appreciate all the support. Remember this, if you watch nasty videos about my brother, I don't care. But if you tell me about it, I'm going to send you to the land of the forgotten. I love you guys. Be kind. Tell somebody you love them, and put some steel in your spine. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the Heat.